Donald Trump is not going home after he is arraigned. Trump declared his candidacy for U.S. president early to shield himself from prosecution. His untested theory has failed. The calculus to detain Trump is linked to his active campaign to run for U.S. president, which creates a public safety risk, one of the reasons for denying a defendant bail. If he withdraws from the presidential race, then and only when he withdraws from the race would the public safety risk be diminished. Why does his candidacy present a public safety risk?
When he paid through Michael Cohen the hush money, which is a serious offense according to federal prosecutors, that imperils our democracy.
Let's hear that again.
Imperils our democracy.
One more time and try to keep up.
Imperils our democracy. So people who say it's just a hush money campaign violation scheme, no, that's not what the federal prosecutors who sent Michael Cohen to prison, and they said he was directed to do what he did by Donald Trump. Why did the federal prosecutors come to that conclusion? From evidence.
Trump's crime is linked to his 2016 presidential campaign, wherein he imperiled our democracy. This is fundamental to why Trump won't go home unless he ends his campaign. In this interview, a crime, not presently explored by pundits, is described. Stephanie Ruhle ignores it. Although Stephanie Ruhle is ignoring this legal charge theory explained by this attorney who has discussed the case on 18 occasions with Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg, it's as much as he can say on the topic without violating the grand jury secrecy law. He repeatedly states, "Imperils our democracy," indicating that a linked statute will be charged, in addition to the fraudulent bookkeeping charge and the illegal in-kind donation charge, resulting from the Stormy Daniels payoff through Cohen, from whom Trump had no legal service retainer. As long as Trump has an active campaign, he will be detained. As if he hasn't mentioned it enough already, let's listen to him weave the phrase, "imperils our democracy," in another one of his responses.
The Southern District prosecutors called doing this crime, paying hush money, as imperiling our democracy.
Stephanie gets another chance to pick up on imperils our democracy. She leaves it unexplored again.
Paying someone not to speak, you're depriving the electorate of information it needs to elect the president of the United States.
Bingo!
But this jury is going to get a lot of evidence to back up David Pecker, any political motivation by Donald Trump when he directed Michael Cohen to pay the $130,000. If Donald Trump says, no, it was only about Melania, and lots of evidence that I've seen with my own eyes, documented evidence, other witnesses' evidence, not Michael Cohen evidence, say that he had a political motivation at the very end of the campaign not to have Stormy Daniels suddenly be revealed, because any significant political motivation, he's guilty. And there's a lot of verification of documents. Documents speak for themselves. Other witnesses corroborate. What people are missing, which I know, which you don't yet know, there is so much corroboration of the fact that Donald Trump was motivated by politics to thwart Stormy Daniels telling her story. And there's so much evidence that he paid, while president of the United States, $35,000 a month checks from his personal checking account to reimburse Michael Cohen for the hush money payments that the federal prosecutors said were illegal. I'll tell you one thing everyone has missed. There is another person besides Michael Cohen, and his name is David Pecker. Donald Trump saying nothing, surrounded by people who know exactly what motivated him with text messages and telephone calls, and surround every fact with corroboration and documentation. Nobody out there, not one talking head, not you, with all due respect, know the detailed case they have built up over all this time. And I hear talking heads speculating, oh, well, this case is weak. How do you know it's weak if you don't know what their evidence is?